interesting. And as we transitioned and we moved out of college, obviously there was some change that happened, right? Friendships got made, lots of memories, some great, some not so, but everything had lessons. So when we were leaving college, I'm very curious what each of us felt as we left, with jobs, without jobs, with friends, memories, wanted to leave or didn't want to leave.
I had a hard time. I think I mentioned this in the earlier podcast as well. I had supplies, so I had to clear all that, and I was the last one to leave campus from our batch. Um, I think Kumar Siddharth was there with me. We were the only two guys left in the Pearl hostel, and that evening, I think it was at the end of May, maybe. Um we finished our exams, and we had all this stuff, right? It was the last time we are vacating our rooms and all that. So we had called for cabs that will drop you to the city, either to catch your train or bus. Um, so just before 1 hour before the cabs came, it was maybe around 6:37. Me and Sid, we take a walk out. We see that the lights that were coming out, the only two lights that were coming out were from our rooms. One on the west side and the other one on the east side. And then he left, and then I was the last one to leave. I don't think I locked my room. It was just open. I just cleared it all off. I had the caretaker of that hostel help me with my luggage and put it onto the cab. And when I looked back, it was just pitch dark. I remember it as this bustling place, right? People coming in, coming out, noise. Uh, you know, the Sun TV and ZTV fights coming up from the the TV room, common room, non-stop. None of that. It was just dead. So that was not so pleasant memory. So that was the last memory I had. And then, even after coming back from the hostel, right? There is this movie called Shawshank Redemption. I'm sure most of you would have seen it. There is this line that Morgan Freeman says. It's like, "I've been institutionalized." Right? You're so used to living with your friends that I had a hard time living with my parents. Right? Who,
Yeah.
you get up at so and so time, do your morning prayers, take a shower before you eat, uh, to come back home before 8 or 9. Come on, I was living in I had my own room. I could go in, go out anytime you want. Nobody to ask you any questions, and getting back to that kind of a discipline was tough. Luckily, I think Kille moved into Chennai, and then he started working at CTS, and I used to hang out with him pretty often. That was my only you know escape from the routine after I graduated college, and I really thank him for that. I would have gone mad if Kille and the other guys weren't around.
Yeah. When one thing I remember was from campus, right? There was about 9 guys who came to Chennai. The rest all were in Bangalore. So we were like, "Arey, we are going to be a small group," but luckily we found each other. We had some fun there. For me, the key memory was I didn't get to spend a lot of time because May 17th or something, we returned back home, and June 5th, I started my job in Chennai. So it was hardly 20 days. It was like another summer vacation with my parents, and then I came back. So they thought I would kind of come there and be with them. It didn't happen, and it eventually happened after 3 years. But I think since it was only 20 days, I was really looking forward to meeting all the people in Chennai and going from there. Obviously, we didn't have a big chunk of folks here. So the one thing that we always thought, and me and Viggy never could make it happen together, was to go to Bangalore and enjoy some pubs and all, because that's all we kept hearing. This is the land of pubs and come and enjoy, but somehow that didn't materialize for us. So it was fun times, but Chennai was also good. Earlier I used to think in Chennai it's too hot, difficult to live place and all, but I have my most beautiful memories of the first job and making money and then spending that and going to Besant Nagar Beach, Adyar, East Coast Road.
10,000 bucks. We were such contented
We
people,
were
right?
so happy.
Amazing.
And the
No responsibilities
best part
whatsoever.
was we could
Oh my
spend it on ourselves the way we wanted to. No worry about इसके लिए save करो उसके लिए save. We had to do what we had to do for families, but we had enough to spend. What are our pot shots? Was our favorite
Yeah,
jaunt?
half our salary would have gone to pot shots.
Same.
What
that
is
was
pot
a
shots? I'm very
that was
curious.
a billiard and snooker place,
Oh, okay.
and it was although it was not in the basement, it felt like it was in the basement. It was dark, filled with smoke,
Dingy, smoke.
and then people used to come and play. And my and Viggy's billiard and snooker skills became so good after that. I mean, it was unbelievable. But it was fun. We used to spend like Saturday, Sunday there, and after that, from there we used to go anywhere. Right? He had his nice kinetic Honda or his green Maruti 800. Those were our two vehicles, and we used to roam around town. Amazing times.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you and Viggy know each other from college, or
I mean, we
was it?
no, but we didn't spend a lot of time with each other during college. I think in the
Mhm.
last semester or so, we got to know each other a little better. And then in Chennai, that's when we connected. And it's been 22 years of friendship, or 25 years now of
Yeah.
friendship since. So,
Yeah.
Kili wrote my SOP
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
along with Sujitra. I think Sujitra helped me as well.
yeah, yeah.
So
is it? Okay.
That time SOP writing was a big deal. Right? Everybody was writing
no
Yeah.
SOPs.
chat GPT.
We didn't have
No
that.
chat GPT. I had Kili GPT.
Oh, wow. What about for you, Sujata?
Yeah. So for me, it was in two ways very painful. One, I didn't get job. I have mentioned like I didn't get through in campus, and secondly, to leave the friends because friends are very important for me in my life. And then, as I mentioned earlier, in GC Salem, I had made lot of friends. So final year for our Festember, they had come. Some 10 to 15 girls had come to visit me, and then it was a kind of a mini farewell already happening. And I, along with two other friends from Trichy, I went to GC Salem and then spent a weekend over there. So slowly I was getting prepared for this, uh, farewell. Okay. Um, so for in the job aspect, like the convocation, I couldn't attend. So I felt very bad that I couldn't make it for the convocation. But because I had an interview in Chennai on that particular day, I had to be there, and luckily I got through. And then May 21st, I joined the company. And after that, I was very happy. 4,500 was my salary. Okay, first salary was 4,500, and my close friends in prod were Lakshmi and Shenbagavalli. She was a lateral entry diploma, and then second year she joined. So we three were very close in the class, and Shenba got through in CTS and Lakshmi in TCS. So my office was in Nelson Manikam Road, Cathedral Road, Shenbas, and TCS also was somewhere nearby. So we used to meet often, and other girls also. Like most of them came to Chennai, yoga. They were all staying in a hostel in Nelson Manikam Road. So I didn't miss them much, and I was very much in contact with my friends. So after that life change, I went to Germany, and then I was there for a year or so. August 7th, I flew. I can't forget that. KLM was my first airlines. And yeah, what I remember is after vacating the hostel, after reaching home, the trunk box which I mentioned, no, which we had kept in the hostel. I was just holding that and I was crying, crying, crying. I will not eat. For 1 week, it was very difficult. I was crying very badly. Good that I got the job so early and then I started working. So that helped me a lot. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, for me,
Actually, in the first year, most of my best friends, they all wrote their GRE, GMAT, and they left, right? And
Yeah.
uh, yeah, as I was saying, if Kili and his roomies weren't around, I would have had a
We almost
tough
had
time.
a bachelor pad in Chennai.
Yeah,
There was one house where seven of us were
and
staying.
and I
Another,
don't think you got your deposit back after
no,
you
no, for the
vacated the
way.
place.
So the guy, he had created a new house, right? He rented it to us. It was in Vadapani. He rented it to us, and he told us he was a bank manager and all. He told us, "Oh, this is a nice. You guys can stay." We had to convince him. All bachelors staying. He didn't want to rent it out, but he did. By the time we left the house, he was so sorry that he gave it to us. It was. We felt bad, but eventually he didn't return us our deposit or anything. So. Yeah, I think he decided after that he won't give anything to bachelors ever.
No wonder there was this
Well,
criteria in whenever you rent, whenever we rented at that time, they said bachelors,
Yeah.
no, no single
I
people,
think
right?
we probably contributed to
To that.
that in many ways. But then we found another one in Gopalpuram, which was a nice pad, and they had a big house, and they used to rent only to bachelors. They were very happy with that. It was an old couple, and they had six different small houses in their thing, and they rented everything to bachelors.
hey,
There we
Santosh was
enjoyed.
in the same place, right? When you were there in that Gopalpuram place.
Santosh, I don't remember. Uh,
Santosh Muniram
Not sure.
from
Now
Pegasus.
you're like asking me to remember with my what you call
No,
short
I know I
memory.
came to your Gopalpuram place when I came back from the US for the first time. Took a break and I came
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
and that's when he said, you know what, there's a nice movie that has come out. Let's go to Dil Chahta Hai, and then
yeah.
you took me there. It was like a nice memory.
Amazing.
We are talking
That
of movies. What are the
yeah.
movies that we watched in college? Because I remember that in the Freshie Day, Sujatha, you'll probably remember because you landed up on the Freshie Day. Good for you. That was the first time that we were taken out, and we could stay out after 9:30. Uh, the time where we all had to come back, the
Yeah,
curfew time, and we
yeah.
were taken in a bus, and we watched Ase.
Ask it.
And I was so tired after
Was it
practice.
Maris Theatre? Can you remember? Was it Maris?
Margis,
Maris, I
maybe,
think so.
maybe, yeah. No, I don't. I just remember vaguely all of that, and
Uh-huh.
because I was so tired preparing for the freshie and all that, I was full night outs for that. The movie I only remember falling asleep and yeah. So, but then the fact that we stepped out of hostel after 9:30 was a big thing, and we watched
What a
Ase.
sin what you committed. You should have seen Ajit, how handsome he was. Like,
Yeah, I heard. I heard.
uh, see? It was his first movie, I think so. Say, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember
Mm.
everybody talking really good things about it. What about movies? What are the over the 4 years?
Many movies, but I think the song is that I remember is Thillana Thillana. That was the
Yes.
Oh,
song that was played everywhere.
Dude, first year it was Rangila, nothing else.
Yeah,
We had that
Rangila.
played
no,
in the
Correct,
no,
correct.
DDLJ. When we
Whitley
started,
Auditorium.
DDLJ.
DDLJ was a big
Yeah.
hit.
Correct. But Rangila
Tujhe
was a big
Dekha
hit
To
on
Hai
this
would
side of
be
town. But
played like
तुझे
in the
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम,
Jana
right?
Sanam.
yeah,
Rewind and play. We didn't have
yeah,
the loop and all, no, those days.
yeah.
So
Fun
DDLJ,
time.
I think we had Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, like blockbusters. You can say Titanic also was during our time, right?
Yeah,
Final year of our time.
right.
Hmm.
Titanic was probably second year because I remember when I was in a semester break in Chennai.
I don't think so.
The
No, no,
whole
no,
day
no,
I
no.
used to, yeah, it was because I used to go
Really?
take this kinetic Honda and go here and there for this VSNL implementation, the in-plant training or something. And then that evening I was so tired, but my dad forced me to watch that
So,
movie.
Yeah, that time it was
No,
called
no,
IPT, right? It
and
was not called
Dil Se was a big
I don't know
hit.
why.
Chaiyya Chaiyya. Dil Se was a big hit.
Yeah,
And
Hmm.
and I remember during our Kerala, the so-called industrial visit, no, um, Pyar To
होना ही था.
Hona Hi Tha and Dil To Pagal Hai. Those two
Hmm.
cassettes were played
So
in the entire trip.
I think that was the time when A.R. Rahman was really coming up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So all those initial movies, right?
right.
Roja.
I think it was Kadalan.
Yeah.
Roja
Roja
came
during
much
our school
before.
days. Before.
Kadalan came, then Minsara
Rangila,
Kanavu.
Rangila. When we started,
Rangila,
Minsara Kanavu was there. That was nice.
Rangila, then
mm,
Indian.
hmm,
Yeah,
Yes.
Indian
Akkada
was
Yes.
also.
Nanu
It's been
Nadapare.
Yeah.
25 years, man, since that movie came out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then we had those pop songs and all, no? Like this Made in India.
Made in India,
We
correct.
used to hear that and girls performing, and yours,
yeah.
this Pari Huin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we had a good a bunch of guys listening to all the rock songs, right? This
Yeah.
usual Bon Jovi, Brian
Michael
Adams,
Learns to Rock,
Hmm.
Aerosmith.
MS,
Backstreet
yeah.
Boys, Spice Girls,
Yeah.
Yes.
Westlife. Yeah, because I'm not used to English songs, but I got used to in
On
that.
the rock side, you had Iron Maiden, or you
Pardes,
had
Black
Def
Sabbath.
right? Pardes
Leppard.
was a big hit during our time, and that pura
Birthday.
patriotic song.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Remember?
Vande Mataram. No?
Vande
Any
Mataram. Yeah,
नहीं,
yeah.
परदेस का
Pardes,
एक
Shah
था.
Rukh's movie.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so that would be played very frequently.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
And constant thinking of it, all of these movies are, yeah, almost 25 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we
Interesting.
can still go and watch them once in a while. My kids love to watch one of these old movies once in a while.
Okay.
So we Dil Chahta Hai we watched, DDLJ anyway we watched, Kuch
Hmm.
Hota Hai multiple times. I'm also a big Shah Rukh fan, so I keep watching all his movies to date. So it's good to go back to those days, have some memories.
I just checked Viggy 97. I think you are right. Second year. You're right. Pretty good memory, Viggy. I'm so impressed.
Vicky has too much memory and I have too less memory, so it's a good combination.
He's compensating
Yes, he's
Yeah.
overcompensating now. And
No,
again, he's
I,
asking me questions. Do you remember? Hey, all that is needed or what?
to make it so obvious, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, but actually, I think after we've had this conversation about organizing the reunion, a lot of memories for all of us have started surfacing, right? It was all in the
Yeah,
long-term memory area,
Yeah.
and then now it's
yeah,
all
See,
started
not only
coming
memories,
forward.
Bindu. See,
Huh?
to be honest, except you, I didn't know any of them in the organizing committee. I just,
Yeah.
no one, absolutely. They were all strangers. But now, in this process, how beautifully we have, all connected. So,
Yes.
yeah.
such a
It'll
wonderful
be
time.
amazing to meet in person also because
Oh,
five
yeah.
of us met and it was too good. I think one thing you
And
have
by the
about
way, I'm going, you would know anywhere. You just tell me the date and the venue, I'll be there. Gladly.
sweet.
hey, you know what? Maybe we should do this organizers meet itself. Maybe
Definitely.
Yeah,
much before
Hmm.
the thing. I mean, maybe we
yeah,
could have like a working meeting or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Viggy has to bring in the working meeting, right?
yeah, yeah.
All
He
right,
has the.
go do
I
whatever
think
next week.
you have to get a hat that says CEO
Yes.
instead of saying something else right now.
Yeah.
Or
But yeah,
maybe in your name you have to say Viggy CEO.
correct. But Vicky, I'm
I'm
very
gonna do
curious.
that. Change my name right away.
Change it
Yeah,
right now. Right now. Do it.